Think I better do a Ham Shack update, guys. Oh my god. Oh, I don't even know if it's a Ham Shack anymore, man. It's full of computers. So, kind of all the negative crap on the radio and stuff, it gets you down after a while, You just kind of move on to other stuff, I can't be bothered by it. Um, and so I just been kind of just doing what I'm doing and going to the thrift store and sitting down there for hours. You guys think that I get all this shit, like just walk in and get it? No. Um, it used to be predictable. You could go in at a certain time and you could go in like and sit around for like 10 to 30 minutes and they would be rolling the stuff out and you go get it. But then I started to realize that actually none of the computers were popping up, at those times. Those were like randomly put out throughout the day. So basically, I think they open at 10 o'clock and they close at 10 o'clock. Or no, they open at 10 o'clock and close at 9 o'clock at the 1. And there's about 3 or 4 of us that go down there every day usually. And a lot of the other guys are interested in selling stuff and books and stuff mostly. And I try and make it clear to people I'm not here to buy stuff to resell. It changes how people think of you and view you. When you're down there and they know that you're just like literally buying this stuff to try and sell it to somebody else for more money, they don't quite treat you the same way. So anyway, we've been busy with that. And that takes up quite a few hours out of the day because I'll go down there at 11 o'clock and I'll leave there at 5. So it's a job. You're not going to get all this cool shit for free without putting some work in. And if you were not there when they put it out, you were not going to get it. So anyway, this is one of the ones that I did get. Oh, God, I can't remember what this one is. A $19 computer. This must have been... They couldn't get it to work. It's a Z87 with the i5 4570. Yeah, they couldn't get it to work. The BIOS chip was corrupted, but there was dual BIOS. But for some reason, the jumper wasn't working. And I had to swap them physically because they unplug. And then I still couldn't get it to work. I re-flashed. I did a BIOS update on the one chip. It suddenly worked. I was able to back the second up to the other one. And got it working. What did it come with? It came with the GeForce card and some other stuff. That's just one of the ones I found. But anyway, what I've kind of been doing, I've got the 3000 over here. I've played around with it a little bit. I don't know if anybody's on right now. So the way this one works, this computer, which is not supposed to be on, by the way, it's turning itself on. I've got to go and look at the settings. It's turning itself on. And I prefer to have it off because it boots in like 20 seconds. This one here is a 4590. And this one's a 4570. They're very similar, 3.2, 3.3. So this computer is hooked to this radio. And I've got a wired mouse to it. And I can do FT8 if I want to. The SDR play is over here. And what do I got here? I can't remember what that connector is. RCA connector to... I made a connector for it because it was just nuts. So this is going into here to there. You got beads on it, on that end of it. Anyway, it goes to the RX port on the back of the radio. We get down there. Then we get our USB. That looks a little crooked. Is that crooked? Okay. So that one right there, what's really great about the 3000 from like all the other radios, like a 1200, it's got like the USB and the sound card kind of like the 991A has. And like the 891 doesn't have that, and the 1200 doesn't have that. So that's what's really cool. this really is a pretty damn good radio. I'm not really crazy about the display, you know. So let me go open up SDR Uno. I did have some trouble with that recently. So once we open it up, we've got, I think this is a 40-inch TV. It automatically controls the radio through OmniRig. I've done videos about it before. We have to click play. It doesn't start on its own. I've got the SDR play audio muted. Wow, look at these signals.
GJJR, your turn.
Oh, this is Mr. White Audio on his Voodoo Kenwood. I don't know too many people that
Yeah, Roger JRB, 7
see the
CGJ,
difference.
got the 5.9, 5757 JRW0JKT.
I don't know too many people that use Voodoo Audio on a net, but this guy does. That's a normal signal.
All right, JR and Dave had an easy one. KJ7,
And if it ain't wide, it's all the hair on it.
Again.
But what I like is, so like if I go like this, oh, well, let's just go ahead and zoom in. We can see how wide is that signal. And as soon as he keys up, we'll see all that. We're on 7189, looking to 71836. Come on.
Jim?
See that?
Jim, you are getting a call from Idaho.
He's all the way down to
W7FTT, Jim, are you with us?
84. So he's about
May
5.
not be there, Scott.
About 5 wide. What? And you see that? That's called hair. And since he's in California and I'm in Arizona, it's probably hair. It's not him overloading the front end of my radio. But anyway, this is something that you're just not going to be able to do with this radio. You're not going to be able to focus in on a signal like that. And I have a 710 and a 7300. I can't really do that on those radios. The 710 I can plug in. I've got a DVI monitor down here. But it just kind of like got tired of it. It's just this little radio, and I don't know. I'm not really a fan of little radios. So as soon as I figured out I could do this and figured out I can control it.
KJ6 MS Mark, another turn for you.
Man, look at all that hair on that guy's signal. That's what happens when you overdrive your amplifier usually. And I don't know what entails with voodooing a 950 SDX. So let's go zoom back out of here. We're looking at 69990 to the top of the band. So this is really cool. You can just see the whole entire band. And then we just go click over here. We're listening to the radio. We're not listening to this. But whatever I change on here goes to here. We come over here and we see, oh, somebody's on here. We got these guys on 33, some guys on 16, some digital over here. The rest of the band's dead. We see some FT8 over here. I'm not sure what these noises are. It might be some kind of something. It's a repeatable pattern. So I got that there. I got my 1000 down here. And I have the 430 out here for some weird reason still. I was playing around with that thing. I really like that radio. It's just such a cool, like, no fuss kind of radio. And it does have some problems where, like, when you change to a band and stuff, sometimes you end up, like, hearing the audio gets a little quieter, and then you just, like, go back again up and down, and the relay clicks a few times and it perks up. It's kind of a known problem on these. But what's the only thing that's really kind of strange about this radio is that it does not have an SWR meter. It just reads ALC and current. See, ALC and current. And I just kind of keep an eye on the current, so that way I know, like, because it will fold back power. It has this SWR sensing circuit. It just does not read it on the meter. And it's got, like, the buttons that would be on, like, the 930 here, which is what I prefer. I really didn't like what they did on some of the other radios. But it's just a no-nonsense kind of radio. And I kind of got out of the Kenwood stuff. I think maybe it's because I was so upset about the TS2000 that crapped on me, and then having to fix a 940 over and over and over and over. And this came from the Hamfest, and it was like the guy wanted $350. He admitted there was a problem with it, and I was like, dude, I can't give you $350 for a radio that you're telling me is broken. And he kept talking about CB radio, and I'm like, I was like, so does it work on CB? No, I never figured out how to do that. I couldn't get it to work. I bought a 7300, and I'm like, so are you a CB-er? No. I don't remember what he said. Brian was there when we had the conversation. Anyway, I really didn't want it. I was just like, man, I drove all the way from here, 2.5 hours, I've got to buy something. So I offered him like $50, and he was like, I'm like, sorry, dude, look, I said, here's the deal. I'm going to have to fix it. I said, I'll make a video on it, and, you'll see it get fixed. You go to my channel. And so, I did do that, I fixed it. I had to open it up and solder it and reflow it several times. So it wasn't like something that was simple, like the guy was like, oh yeah, it's probably just a relay. I'm like, no, it's not probably just a relay. I don't know everything, but I've never seen it be just a relay, and relays generally don't really go bad. They get dirty, but what happened was it would be on for a while, and it would just go out of lock. And these weren't real well known for the lock problem. That was more the 440s. But anyway, all these early Kenwoods have soldering issues, but I think it's solid now. I don't know, but it's a great radio. I got my 6100 sitting here, and I got a CB antenna on it, and I could turn it on, and I could like hold it like a walkie-talkie and be like, breaker, except for it's locked. But I got that over here. I've been messing with that, and then I had another. I make the cages like this for these. They go all the way around, not like the other ones that you'll find on printables or Thingiverse. I make mine. I took the guy's file, I messed around with it, and I doubled it. The way they had it, I don't remember how the original one was, but it doesn't come around on both sides. So basically, they had it dead ending just like right here. I don't know what the reason was. Maybe just so it would sit there. But I thought, I don't want my radio resting on itself with these legs, right? So I decided that the radio needed to have a bumper there, just like the other side, exactly the same. So pretty sure I manipulated it in Tinkercad. Anyway, here's some really weird RAM that we found. It says that it's 2 gigabytes of 2R I don't know what that means, but it says PC2 5300, and it does not have DDR2 pin location. So the notch is in the wrong spot. There's a couple of other things that are different. This is some weird RAM. I don't know what it would be, and I think that The giveaway is the 2R. Also the 5300. I don't know what it is, but I got a couple sticks of it. Came with a bunch of other server stuff. 1 gigabyte. 2 gigabyte. I don't know what. It's probably just something weird out of a server. Maybe it's RDIM. 2RX8. If you know what it is, let me know. Anyway, so I got that over there. I've been trying to mess with this stupid server. It's driving me nuts. I get 6 hours into it, and it won't let me log in. I've got the Dell, which I just installed straight up Ubuntu desktop, and then I can just do whatever I want from there, I guess. But I was using the media server. I have not got into this. This is a kind of a more smaller type of server. It's only got 4 RAM slots. It's got a Xenon processor, but it does have 2 4-terabyte drives and then an SSD. And I got it running, but I'm going to have to put something else on it. It's just not acceptable. So, I'm kind of doing that. I'm working on the DDR4 computer, the Z370A Pro. It's fast. It's definitely fast. I didn't put a label on it here so I know what it is, but it's an an i5 8400. It has 6 cores, 6 threads. It's kind of like an i5 that beats an i7 earlier generation. So we got that one. I got the half tower over here, which has an older i7, and there's no RAM in it currently. This is DDR3. I've just been focusing on this one. I didn't really care for this case. First of all, I like my drives to go in this way, not this way, but it is what it is. I've got this goofy power supply, and let's see. That power supply could be making that noise, actually. Unplug it. I did have an issue with one of the power supplies and one of the computers actually making noise. But and the other thing that it could be is it might be the server. And I'm going to come in here, the server, and go ahead and shut it down. But first, let's go see what it's drawing. So it's pretty good, 76 watts. So that's like a 60-watt light bulb, 100-watt light bulb. Do you want to confirm shutting down? Yes. And off it goes. So it does make a fair amount of noise. I think with the way this thing's set up, if I could get Ubuntu to work on it, I could just sit here and just rip music to it. Boom, boom, boom. And I can actually, this will be a much better one, is there's 2 of them. I can put them in RAID. Anyway. So, this one here, we got an i67 in it, 32 gigabytes of DDR3L RAM, because that's what that motherboard asked for, calls out for. So we got that, and that's my main computer. I do my streaming and video stuff on here. I still do unedited raw content. Very rarely do I do anything. I might splice stuff together. We've got the $100 tube amp that I bought that I fixed, and I removed the Bugera piece here. You can see some of the screws that were used. But anyway, I had this out of a Blue Voodoo crate amp. The really big Blue Voodoo, like, I don't know what it was. It was like a Blue Voodoo. I think the normal one is 120, and this was like a 150. It had, instead of 4 tubes, it had like 6 power tubes and like 9 preamp tubes. It was a crazy looking thing. Back in the 90s, Creighton did a whole bunch of crazy stuff. But anyway, it's really similar to this one now. It's kind of a Marshall sort of sound. And then I have the other one over here. And then I have the PV6505 112, which is an awesome amp. Then I still have the stuff over here, the 101s. I've been putting the Xbox stuff over here. I got rid of the Bose speakers out of here, and I just got these cheapy Pioneers and stuff because they can handle a lot more power. And then I got some stuff I haven't figured out what I'm doing with. More games from the thrift store. I got the 200 disc changer, which is really cool because it actually has like a text function where it like shows you. Let me make sure. Take it off pause. Usually would say something. So we have the CD. Oh man, why is it not? We have a CX200. That was our original one. And it kind of cuts out sometimes on the back if you move the cables too much. At this one, also opens the door like instead of like the other one's like a mechanical door. We have to wait for it to decide to open, and it just goes like that. But it has a little bit more stuff here. This one's more like the other one, or my other one doesn't have the bigger one. The 300 doesn't have these. It has another knob. So these are notorious for bad belts, and you can just go get some rubber bands from Walmart and repair them. And that's what I did with the other one that's in the living room now. So we got that there. Here's a turntable that I repaired that was seized up on the bearing part, the spindle part. And I don't remember what the price on that was, but anyway. And here's a Xbox, and I bought the Kinect for $8 for no apparent reason. Kenwood Twins, I haven't used those in a while. The Marantz that I paid too much money for, and it needs to probably be recapped. You can really only turn it up a little ways. I didn't know it was actually on. I've just been leaving it on like constantly because I figure it's good for it. And then I have down here a can of spray paint. No, I have one of the Techniques that actually works, and this is an SAX 530, and it does not say Class A. I don't know what it uses. These things sound really good, but they're dangerous. They're a proposition in failure. You know, they overheat. The last one I looked at was burned up. And this one here, every once in a while, the input reluctor is a little funky. Like you turn it, see it's not changing. You just got to keep turning it. Or you put pressure on it, and it works great. But this thing sounds really good. If you leave it on without anything happening, it gets hot. These things are like biased in like a Class A mode or something ridiculous. So I got that one there. I've got my non-Malcolmized 102 over here. I've got my 920 microscope. Speakers, these are actually hooked to the Marantz. And the idea was I was going to put them over here and put the other speakers somewhere else. This is a music server computer, and we got a stack of different hard drives. I have some spinning drives that are a terabyte. I don't care, but this already has 2 drives in it. This is the one that kind of gave me troubles on boot up, no matter what I did. It's got Corsair ballistic memory. We're, I think, maxed out, maybe. I think we're maxed out. This is Z97 Sabertooth board. It's kind of that funky plasticky thing. And I decided, let's not run a video card. We don't need one. We're not gaming on this. We don't need to waste the power and the resources. We just want this thing to play music. So there is 2 Samsung SSDs in here. One of them's a terabyte. One's 124, 25 or something, or 240. I don't know what it is. We've got room for some more drives to plug in here. And let's see, there's at least 2 more SATA cables down here. a total of 2, 4, 6 on this board. You get 2 DVD player drives. One of them doesn't seem to work. I don't know why. And I don't know if it's the one I replaced or if it's the one I broke. I broke one of them. I think it's the one that was already in here. I think this one here is no good. But anyway, those are easily obtained. It's the IDE drives that are a little harder to get. But so anyway, this one here, I started to just like grab all the CDs and load them, rip them one at a time. I got the monitor back here. A stack of video cards that have come out of computers. I'm at the point where if I keep finding these, I probably will start selling them. Because I think I could probably sell them fairly easily on eBay. They're small enough, you know, they shouldn't get damaged, but no guarantee on that. I've got some other stuff I'm probably thinking about trying to get rid of. This here, I can sell it for parts maybe. It's a Blackmagic design. It's for professional video recording cameras. It's got some issues. I didn't pay shit for it, so they're a couple $100, but it does not capture on the SD card. I don't know if there's some trick to it. It does display video. It does work as far as that goes. HDMI in and out. You get the special connections here. I've got lots of stuff like that. Some more computer parts, streaming stuff. I've got a stereo here I need a capacitor for to fix. I've got a Sony, early Sony 90s, a Sony kind of high-end stereo. And it's got lots of power. It's got a manual knob. The knob is one of the ones that has the little thing that lights up, but it's manual, it's motorized. I got a high-end Yamaha down here that doesn't really sound all that great. I've got a actual Sherwood Insignia, just actual stereo receiver. Very simple. Sounds okay. I got another Xbox here. An Icom 746 Pro that I need to sell. And a computer case. Some more speakers. I need to get rid of some stuff. I might just round up some stuff and be like, donate. Let's see. We got the Cricut label printer here and some other stuff. Here's the back of the server. So this one here, I think the biggest problem with this one is I was like, dude, oh look, it's a display port knockout. I thought it would be cool to set it up, but it has no sound card. You need a low profile card. I got no sound card in this frickin' thing that I'm aware of. I don't think any of them have a sound card. I really like the style of these other servers better. This thing is really kind of just it's an Intel server board. It just you don't have enough. There's not enough slots for RAM. It's silly. Like, what the freaking hell were they thinking? I don't know if the case is bent. Is it because of this monitor, maybe? Wait, it looks bent. I don't know how it wasn't like that before. I don't know, maybe I bent it. Anyway, I don't know what this company is. Silicone Forensics. Anyway, it's a server and it's an Antec power supply in it, but here's this one. Look at this. It was $13. It's a damn 4K monitor. I didn't know what it was. They put it out and I'm like, dude, what the hell? Well, they've been charging like $49 for a Dell monitor. This was at a different place. So anyway, the back of all this other crap here. This is a Netgear that has been turned into an access point. So the server runs off of it and the other computer runs off of it. And what it does is, instead of being a router, it's a Wi-Fi adapter. And it feeds, I can feed up to 4 computers on it. And it picks up. So certain ones, I need to find another one of these. A Nighthawk 1750. An AC 1750. It's actually an R6700 V2. And that is my internet, my wireless internet. Got a couple of the wrong antennas on here, whatever. So, it works. So, diesel heater's still working. In fact, I'm going to click it on here because it's getting kind of cold in here. But, that's pretty much the shack update. I haven't really cleaned anything up in here. It's been kind of scurrying around, getting shit done here and there. Wasting lots of time with this server crap. So, we're going to try a different server altogether. This Open Media Vault thing is, I don't know. It's complicated, man. So that's the shack update. I don't know why ham clock is not on. Interesting. We need to get that up and going. We'll do that real quick. Hold on. Okay, so ham clock. Where is ham clock? All right, we got the ham clock hooked up. There you go. So that's pretty much it, guys. A lot of stuff going on with computers. I want to find out what this stupid noise is. I don't know what the hell's plugged in again now. It's not really an issue like the other one. S5, we're pretty normal. If I tune to it and see what it sounds like. Hard to say. It could be anything, really. Wonder if we got them on 40. Yeah, you can see them right there. Anyway, that's the shack update. Just running this.